All right, what we have here is the template that I created for you that you can find on the class website. So this is March 2018 already set up for you. Um, this is I actually did something extra and set up some guides so that you can make sure that your numbers stay in exactly the right spot. So if you notice over here, we have three layers. One layer is for your titles, the other layer is for the days, and the last layer is for the grid itself. I'm going to show you how to create the grid. And the grid itself is not that complicated to create. Where you will normally find the line segment tool, which is right here, you just click that down, hold it down, go to the rectangular grid tool, and by default it gives you 5 dividers, um, horizontally and vertically. So if you double click that, you will want to change the vertical dividers to 6. And once you create this, you'll see why. Because with these 6 dividers, you'll have space for 7 days in the week. Alright, so you can treat these just like any other vector image in Illustrator, or a tool, or strokes and paths in Illustrator. So if I select this, I'm going to show you something else. You can actually paint inside of it using the paint bucket tool. And if you can't find it, it's where the shape builder tool is normally. But if you just press the letter K, it'll pop right up. So all you have to do from here is go to your swatches, pick a color, and you can just paint inside of the box. Now, one thing that I did over here is actually make sure that the weekend stood out, because typically that's what you find on the calendar. And let's go ahead and save this so we can save it for April. So first, what I would do is just go ahead and save this as March. So I'll go to File, Save As, and let's make a new folder called Calendar. And save it as March 2018. Then I'm going to save this as, well, I'm going to change this to April. Oops. Go to File, Save As, and save this as April 2018. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to lock this title layer and make sure my grid layer is locked as well. Then I'm just going to select all of these, and I will see that April starts on a Sunday. Yeah. Oh, I made a small mistake in my March document. See these right here? These are actually supposed to be at 100%. So I need to go back, go to File, Save As. Well, let's change this back to March first. Unlock this layer. And you have to watch out for stuff like this. Let's go to Save As. And let's just select this. And we're going to overwrite that file. So now this is what we want. Alright. Oh, I found another mistake. Change that to 3. There we go. Now save it. Save it again. Just file save that time. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and change this to April. Then I can go ahead and show you how to move the numbers and to get them straight. So all I have to do is select all of these at the same time. Select my 1 and move the 1 where I want it to be. And in this case, since the last day in March ends on Saturday, or is a Saturday, then the first day of April is going to be on a Sunday. So I'm just going to move these, and I'm just going to press shift to kind of make sure that everything stays aligned. I can slide this over, select these, and just grab the 4 and put the 4 where I want it. And once my 4 is in the right spot, everything else is going to line up except for what I need to move. So now I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to bring this down here. And almost done. So now, so far, this is correct, except for in April, I'm not sure if there's 31 days, and they're not. So let's look at this real quick. So 2018, April, yep, 30 days. So I'm going to change this to the first of the next month. Let's move that over. Change the opacity to the same opacity I have here. Which I didn't change opacity. I actually changed the color here. I don't advise that. I just advise that you change the opacity. Let's just make this black. And then C2. 3, 4, and 5, and just change the opacity to maybe about 50%, and that indicates that this is when the next month starts. So there we go, and you can make sure your numbers are even. They can stay consistent, and that's basically it. The only thing we have to do now is save it. So we already have that copy of April, so we just want to overwrite that copy. So I go to File, Save As, select this copy, and ask, do I want to replace? And I'll say yes, and I'll save it as a PDF, and I'm done. So that's it. That's basically what you're going to have to do for every month, and then you'll be done for just the template. So good luck.